What is up, everybody? Back with another top 10 list, and this time it's going to be my 10 favorite obscure thrash metal albums. A couple stipulations I have for this: no big fours allowed, so Canadian, American, and German big fours all disqualified from contention for this. A lot of those second-tier thrash bands, in terms of sales anyways, all disqualified as well. Sepultura, Flotsam and Jetsam, Nuclear Assault, Overkill, Violence, Forbidden, Heathen, Death Angel, Exodus, Testament, Holy Moses, bands like that. All really good, and a lot of them somewhat underrated as well, but definitely not obscure, which is what I'm focusing on for this list. Another thing, it was classic era only for this, so for that I was considering it to be 83 to 94. Had like 50 albums on the table I've been trying to narrow down for the last week or so. Ton of great stuff to choose from, very difficult to do here. I will give some honorable mentions after I say my number 2 as usual. Here we go. Starting off the list, number 10 is PSIHO by the band Shah. Cool band from Russia, released a couple of albums. Their debut album called Beware is really good as well, but I think this one, a tad bit more consistent, like it better overall. These guys honestly remind me a bit of Megadeth, so if you like Megadeth, check them out. Great riffing, great solos, pretty good vocals. Antonio Garcia is the singer and plays some guitar as well. That is his stage name, apparently. He's half Russian, half Spanish. And he has a super long, his real name is Russian, can't read it, won't attempt to pronounce it, but Antonio Garcia is his stage name, and a guy named Dmitry Sar also played guitar. He's unfortunately passed away since then, so RIP to him. Looking at this track listing, 8 songs total on it, a lot of good stuff, but some of the standouts I would say for sure are the song Open, Turn of the Chances, and probably Thru Inside, but definitely give this one a listen if you like Megadeth. PSIHO by the band Shah. Next up at number 9 is A Higher Form of Killing by the band Intruder. Probably the most well-known album on the list, was released through Metal Blade Records, but still feel like it's pretty obscure, really underappreciated. Great musicianship all around in this band. The production is amazing. Jimmy Hamilton on vocals, really good singer. Arthur Vanette and Greg Messick on guitar. Fantastic duo. Some really great technical guitar playing on this. Looking at some of these songs, the standouts I would say are The Martyr for sure. Best song on the album. Guitar solo is ridiculously good, so check that out. And a couple other good ones I'd say are Killing Winds and Genetic Genocide, or they're the standout tracks. Most of this album is really good. But those 3 songs for sure, give them a listen. And yeah, Higher Form of Killing, number 9. Taking the number 8 spot is Golem by the band Protector, their 1988 debut album. These guys are from Germany and have actually released 7 albums total. I do think this one is their best though. Very fast, heavy, aggressive stuff. Definitely one of the more extreme albums on the list. If you like late 80s Sepultura, you will really dig this album. Looking at these songs, there are 10 of them. Some of my favorites would be probably the opening track, Delirium Tremens. Really awesome stuff. Apocalyptic Revelations is really great as well. Megalomania is awesome, and probably Omnipresent Aggression, my favorite songs on the album, but pretty consistent from start to finish. Golem, number 8. Next up at number 7 is Inferior to None by the band Cyclone. Really good band from Belgium. This is their second album. Came out in 1990. First one's good, but I like this one a bit more. Amazing guitar tone, fantastic riffs all over the album. Vocals are pretty good, but the guitar playing definitely the standout on this one. Fantastic stuff. Looking at the songs, there are 9 of them, and some favorites I would say are Neurotic, I Am the Plague, and probably Paralyzed. There's a couple really cool instrumentals on it as well. Overall, really, really good stuff from Cyclone. Inferior to None, number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Excursion Demise by Invocator, their 1991 debut album. These guys are from Denmark, and with this one, it is really fast, raw, heavy, aggressive stuff. If you like early Slayer, Dark Angel, and some early Obituary and Death, you're definitely going to love these guys. Looking at the track listing, 9 songs, really good top to bottom, but I'd say a couple standouts for me are the title track, Forsaken Ones, and probably Beyond Insufferable Dormancy. But yeah, really good stuff here. Number 6, Excursion Demise. Next up at number 5 is Onward Through the Fog by Leviathen. This is their only album, came out in 1993. These guys are from the United States. Not to be confused with the American black metal band Leviathen. They spell their names differently. But this band here I'm talking about is from Pennsylvania. They formed in 1986. Released 4 demos, but this was their only full-length album. Progressive thrash type of stuff. Really great musicianship. Amazing tone. A lot of great riffs. The vocals, there are 2 guys in the band singing. The drummer and the guitar player trade off. 2 very different vocal styles, both very good though. One is kind of a more smooth melodic type voice, and the other one raspy, more aggressive type style, but I like them both a lot. And looking at the songs, there are 9 of them, a ton of great stuff, but the 3rd song on the album, In Search of the Truth, definitely my favorite. Got a kind of slow acoustic intro, builds up into a really great heavy riff, awesome stuff. And probably Invader and 90 Days, same as Cash, are my other 2 favorites on the album. Highly recommend this one. Onward Through the Fog, number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Mission Executed by the band Target. These guys are from Belgium. Were together for about 5 years, from 86 to 90. Released 2 albums in that time. This is their debut from 1987. Really awesome stuff. Great raw guitar tone. Kind of reminds me of the Peace Cells sound a little bit. The vocals a little bit similar to Bobby Blitz. Just trying to compare it to some stuff that people might know. But this one here is an amazing album. Should have been a lot bigger than it was. 8 songs on it. Looking at these, some favorites I would say are Hordes of Insanity, They Walk in Front, and The Gathering. But yeah, really, really awesome stuff for sure. Mission Executed, Target, number 4. Next up at number 3 is Suffering Hour, the debut album from Anacrusis. Came out in 1988. These guys are from the United States. Released 4 albums total. Got a bit more progressive as they went along. I think all their stuff is pretty good, but the debut is easily my favorite. Really raw, fast, heavy, aggressive stuff. Kind of reminds me of like a blend between Venom, Slayer, and Razor. So if you like those bands, give this a listen. Looking at the track listing, there's 9 songs. The standouts for me are the opening song, Present Tense. Amazing stuff. Imprisoned and ROT, Reign of Terror. Vocals really cool and unique, kind of that raspy style, but then it gets soft and does some like spoken word over the top of different parts. Really cool stuff. The guitar tone and playing is fantastic, and the drumming on this one really stands out to me as well. Great stuff all around from these guys. Suffering Hour, Anacrusis, number 3. Next up at number 2 is Sicker Than I Thought by EXE. Came out in 1990. It's the band's 2nd and final album. Debut from 87, pretty good as well, but this one I think is amazing. Got a different singer who I think is a massive upgrade. Fantastic, soaring, freaking melodic, amazing voice. Kind of similar to Joey Belladonna. The guitar playing amazing as well. A lot of great riffs and solos. Really just overall performance from everybody in the band is great. Looking at the songs on here, a couple favorites I would say are Another Chosen Life, Innocent Betrayal, and my favorite on the album, the 7th song, Horrors of the Mind. Amazing stuff. And the band EXE, not the greatest band name. They shortened it from Executioner originally, because several other bands have that name as well. But yeah, sicker than I thought, EXE number 2. And before I get to number 1, got a couple honorable mentions I want to run through real quick. As usual, the pretty close ones to making it were, you know, The Work of Idle Hands and Nightmare Scenario by the band Slammer. Both of their albums really good, did not quite make it though. Disturbing the Noise by Atomica, a really cool Brazilian thrash band. Initial Velocity by Mandator, and Exit Reality by Asphyxia. Had a long list of a lot of other great stuff, but those are the ones that were really close, just missed it. So, on to number 1. Taking the number 1 spot is Faith Fails by the band Fallen Angel. Came out in 1992. These guys are from Sweden. This one is unfortunately their only full-length studio album, but it is a masterpiece. The production is amazing. The vocals really good and unique. Guitar playing is fantastic. Very technical, amazing stuff. Some sweep picking in there. Some finger tapping guitar solos. Really, really cool stuff. Great tone. Drums and bass really good as well. If you're a fan of, you know, the New Order, The Legacy by Testament, you're definitely going to love this album. Looking at the track listing, there's 10 songs. Top to bottom, it is great, but the standouts for me are Premier Parish, Ice, and the closer, Visions of Terror. But this one, extremely recommended by me. Faith Fails, Fallen Angel, my number 1 obscure thrash metal album. And that does wrap up the list. As usual, I would like to hear your lists in the comments. Tell me some of your favorite obscure thrash albums, and until next time, thank you for watching.